Sugar once defined this area of Italy. In its prime, industrial-grade ethanol was produced here, accounting for over a quarter of the Italian ethanol production. Nowadays, the tides of time have eroded its glory, leaving behind a desolate wasteland, where decay seeps through every crack and crevice. For over a decade, this vast industrial terrain has been abandoned. Its echoes of prosperity fading into oblivion. The hands of demolition now brings the curtain down on its final act. In this episode we'll head inside to discover this industrial past one more time. We start on our journey at the outskirts of the sprawling terrain. The old chemical plant stands surrounded by towering walls, but due to the size, the possibility of an opening was near certain. A bit further, a breach in the wall emerges. Our first glimpse of the industrial complex appears before us. The terrain was once housing 12 distinctive structures, yet only 6 remain. Our goal today is to uncover the remnants of its industrial past. But first, let's dive into the history. This complex we are exploring today was once a large sugar distillery. Located in the heartland of Italian agriculture, it thrived by sourcing its ingredients from the neighboring lands. The precise date is obscured by classification by the Italian military. This was due that this factory had to produce fuel for the Italian Air Force. However, the factory was never fulfilled its intended purpose for the Italian army due to Allied bombings during World War II. Post-war, the facility was finally finished. Albeit devoid of its original military aspirations, instead it became a bastion of production for products utilized in the manufacturing of dry ice and yeast. Renowned for its scale and efficiency, the complex ranked among the grandest in all of Italy during its heyday. We now approach what is perhaps the most impressive structure within the terrain. Inside awaits a scene which is truly impressive. Among urban explorers, this tower is known as the Oculus Tower. Its symmetrical shape truly makes this a unique structure to witness. Let's head to the top for a panoramic view of the expansive landscape. As we ascend the staircase, let us continue on the history. Throughout its operation, the factory fell under the umbrella of a larger corporation, which oversaw multiple complexes across Italy. This particular site served as the flagship of the fleet. Investments were made and production thrived in the years that followed. We reach the upper floor, where an impressive testament to industrial architecture unfolds before us. It resembles a colosseum-like structure of industry. The function of this building is unknown to me. My guess is that this once housed a refining process of some kind. If you know what the function was, please leave it down in the comments below. Descending to the lower levels, we proceed towards the next building. The production of chemicals requires large amounts of energy, necessitating a dedicated power source for such complexes. Let us explore the remnants of the old power station. Upon entering, the stark reality of the power station's state becomes apparent. Stripped bare of its equipment, its former function lies in ruins. In the recent dismantling of the site, nearly all the equipment from the early 1950s was removed. A decade ago, this power station stood as a testament to industrial design, in a near complete condition. Now all that remains are the relics of control panels, once overseeing the boilers, pumps and turbines. Around 5 years ago, the process of dismantling at this complex started. Before that, it stood as a well-preserved example of Italy's most remarkable industrial sites. Let us venture further to the final part of our journey. We now approach the laboratories and offices in the hope of discovering remnants of a bygone era. You may wonder why this large complex was abandoned. To understand its fate, we must go back to the early 2000s. At the time, the Italian sugar industry faced large challenges posed by new regulations and the emergence of other, more modern complexes. In 2007, the factory shuttered its operations, leading to the abandonment of the site. From its exterior, resembling a sort of street appearance, we enter a building and ascend the stairs. Long, dilapidated corridors lead us to office-like spaces. Finally, we arrived at the old laboratory. The labs are trashed, unfortunately. Documents are thrown about, and chemicals have spilled upon the floor. Through the wreckage, fragments of the past could still be found. The chapter of productive history for this complex comes to an end. Yet the future isn't completely bleak. The factory is currently undergoing transformation into residential and commercial spaces, preserving fragments of its industrial architecture for the future generations.